Well, that was Sharon Alfonsi reporting. Of course, Walmart is trying this in a test market right now. It could be making its way into a broader region, possibly to your front door, within the next several months. Megan?
All right, well, here's a tip for you. Eat some apples, because an apple a day truly does keep the doctor away, and there's so many things that you can do with an apple. Crystal registered dietitian from Wegmans, is here to tell us all about it. It's always great to have you here.
Thank you.
You brought a beautiful display. This is like a monstrosity of a basket.
Right, and what a simple message. An apple a day, we've all heard it before in our lives. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. But right now we've got 1 in 3 Americans suffering from heart disease. It's the leading cause of death in our country. And if just adding an apple a day could lower cholesterol, lower blood pressure, what a simple message that can actually improve health.
And it really can?
It really can. The most recent study, just out earlier this month, was one interesting, I think, done on women. Followed women for about a year, and still there's more research coming, but they were actually eating dried apples.
Dehydrated. And you brought a bag of that, just to give an example.
Sure.
Are these any less healthier than a regular, apple that you would pick up in the produce aisle?
And that's the message. All these studies are showing, this most recent one showed these women followed for over a year, lowered their lousy LDL cholesterol.
Wow.
And they also had improvements in the heart clogging plaque, and inflammation of their arteries went down. So it's a win-win situation. They were adding a sweet treat too.
Yeah, absolutely. They're delicious.
And yeah, really, it's all the research is about any product that includes whole apple. So applesauce, apple juice, cider, the dried apples. Now we're seeing some freeze-dried products show up. This bag, for instance, says it's 1 1/4 apples in the freeze-dried bag.
Oh. All right. Now, do you need to look, if you aren't going to go for the actual apple and you're going to go for the apple product because it is so good for you, do you need to read the labels, and should you look for anything that's like, maybe this is not the best?
That's a great question, and that's probably, without thinking, why I picked these 2 types of applesauce. Our Food You Feel Good About banner means there's nothing added in there. And the same with Mott's, says it's no sugar added, it's all natural, it is just the whole apple.
So that's what you should look for, no sugar added.
Right. And how convenient. If we could train everybody to take an apple, pop it in your purse, pop it in your briefcase, then you've got it as a quick snack. It comes in its own package, it's ready to eat. Applesauce is exactly the same way. These containers, they can even be frozen, cold for later. A juice, now this is, keeping in mind, another thing to watch for. This is a pretty large bottle of juice to me for a single serving.
Sure.
So in my house, we open these and pour them in a glass, and if there's leftover, you put it in the refrigerator. A glass of juice really is a small glass of juice. But knowing if you're adding that 1 apple a day, however you're adding it, there really is true health benefit.
And it really does fill you up. I know my husband's always like, come on. But an apple really will hold you over if you need a snack.
Right. When a lot of people like to know the why or the how does an apple really help me? The main ingredient, natural ingredient in the apple, it's very rich in pectin, which is soluble fiber.
Okay.
And that's what blocks the cholesterol from being absorbed into our bodies naturally. And then also very high in antioxidants. So very protective for that oxidative stress that can even help prevent cancer and some breakdown of some cells. And just, again, it's lowering blood pressure and just lowering that cholesterol. What an easy, fantastic, delicious solution.
All right, and speaking of solutions, take a look at your screen, because Crystal was kind enough to bring in a great recipe. So we're going to put that online. It's for Waldorf apple salad, is that right?
Right, it's apple Waldorf salad. Actually has some yogurt and some nuts and dried fruit right in there with it too. So it's a great addition to a springtime, summertime family meal too.
All right, great. So we'll put this segment on abc2news.com. Crystal, always good to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Sure, thank you.
Charlie.